So I'm going to be trying something new today, and I'm going to walk you through a really simple dinner that I'm putting together. And today's theme is actually winging it to win it. So come along with me while we make something out of nothing in my... Okay, so what do I mean by winging it to win it? I think we've all been there, middle of the week, it's almost dinner time, and we realize that we really don't have all of the ingredients that we need for a usual dinner. So we go in our pantry, go in our refrigerator, our freezer, try to find something out of nothing. So that's what we're doing tonight. We had Hurricane Florence come on through, and so the refrigerator is just kind of, it's a little mismatched right now. So this is what I do. I want to share with you what I always have on hand. So first of all, we always keep a stock of canned goods, especially canned tomatoes, because it's really easy to be able to kind of add that into just some meat, and if you've got some cheese and some rice on hand, all of a sudden you've got a pretty balanced meal out of nothing.
I love those.
I also always keep lots of these on hand: chicken broth, chicken stock, low sodium.
I love chicken broth.
And generally that's what I make my rice with, is with chicken broth or chicken stock. What's the difference?
I love
Can anyone
chicken
tell me? I'm not a professional chef here, so I really don't know what the difference is between stock and broth. So if you know, let me know. The other thing that I always have in my freezer, and it's just thawing out right now, is we just discovered Aldi. Aldi has tons of organic products for a really low price. This isn't organic, but this is a really nice grass-fed beef. And it was about $5 for a pound, which is a lot less than what you might find at another grocery store. So I always try to stock up on those. Whenever they're having a sale, I'll pick up a couple of bricks of hamburger meat because there's a lot more that you can do with it than just make hamburgers. So that's what I'm thawing out right now. Hamburgers.
Yeah, I love hamburgers.
And then we always have sweet potatoes. I already cubed these up.
I love sweet potatoes.
But I like to get like 5 or 6 of them a week, just so that I can throw them into a dish and just kind of like make it a little bit more hearty and filling. I always like to keep them on hand, making dishes a little bit more hearty.
I love potatoes.
The baby loves sweet potatoes. This baby loves sweet potatoes. My biggest baby husband loves sweet potatoes. And so it just makes it a lot easier to make sure that they're getting something with fiber, carbs, and lots of good nutrients in every meal. So I have diced up a sweet potato, peeled and diced. Obviously, my pieces. Obviously, I don't do like a professional job of dicing up my sweet potatoes. Then whatever else I have in my fridge, I chopped up. I've got a bunch of baby carrots, and then I always have some onion in the pantry. So to...
I eat all carrots. I eat
She did eat all the carrots. So to repeat, or to go through again,
I love carrots.
Always have canned tomatoes, makes it really easy to add into dishes.
Tomatoes.
I always have chicken broth or chicken stock on hand.
I love chicken stock.
I like to stock up on some meat that I can pop in the freezer for nights when I know that is inevitable, that I'm going to be running low on other things. So it's really nice just to be able to grab it, pop it in to the water bath and heat it up, and then do whatever I want with it. And then lastly, what I'm adding in tonight are Instant Pot black beans that I made in the beginning of the week. I always try to prep one thing that I know the kids are going to eat.
I love everything, Mama.
You love everything? She does love a lot of stuff. Not everything though. So I always try to prep ahead one thing that I know the kids are going to eat. This week it was black beans. We have been having black bean quesadillas, beans and cheese, putting it on salad, stuff like that. It can kind of be overkill, but then I've got something extra that I'm going to put into our soup tonight makes it really easy. Okay, so let's get started with the fun stuff.
This, Mama.
Thank you, baby. If you are an Instant Pot head like me, then this is what you're gonna use. You can always do this on the stove. This is very simple. And again, it's just winging it to win it. So you're gonna start with saute if you have time. Otherwise, you can just go right ahead and put all the ingredients together. But let's start with saute. It's gonna heat up. I'm gonna put some olive oil inside, and then start with my onions, and then throw my beef in and get it nice and browned, and then we will go from there.
I use these to catch fish every day.
So like I said, the first step is going to be putting in your onions once your oil has heated up in the Instant Pot. I have a half of a small yellow onion. I think this is yellow. Hold on. Don't put those in yet. And what you're going to do first is let these babies get translucent. It only takes about a minute. You want to, I usually use a big wooden spoon when I'm using my Instant Pot because I'm short and I generally cannot reach it. You just want to cook these down until they are a little translucent, a little opaque, kind of cloudy.
How good?
Yeah. And then the next thing that you're going to do is pop in your beef. So the other thing that I would recommend to be able to prepare for these nights where you're winging it is to stock up on varying types of spices and spice blends. You can make a really simple dish, but make it even more fun and more flavorful by using different spice blends. So tonight I'm just gonna be using, got this from Costco, huge taco seasoning, and then I'm gonna be adding a little bit more cumin. The thing about the black beans is, and I can do this recipe too for black beans, they are so flavorful, the recipe that I use. There's cumin, there's bay leaf, there's onion, garlic, bell pepper. So they already have a ton of flavor packed in.
I
so
love vegetables.
She does. She loves bell peppers. When I throw them into the soup, those spices and herbs that are already added in are going to just intensify the flavor of the soup. So these guys are ready. Next thing you're going to do is just pop in the beef and brown it up. And that's when I like to add my spices. I don't know if that's when you're supposed to, but that's when I do it. So I want to break down the beef. Since it starts in a block, you're going to break down the beef. And once you do that, toss in, I would say maybe like a tablespoon of taco seasoning and a teaspoon of cumin. You can add a little bit more salt and pepper. However, like I said before, these beans have got a ton of flavor, including salt and pepper that I put in there. So you don't have to worry too much about flavoring if you're using Instant Pot beans.
Mama?
Am I going to do what?
Are you going to make magic beans?
Magic beans, yes. I'm going to be making magic beans. Who else's kid?
Magic beans.
So, Netflix.
It's so messy.
She found the old Mickey Mouse Netflix series where there's Jack and the Beanstalk. And
I love Jack and the Beanstalk.
She loves Jack and the Beanstalk. And so she's watched that a few times. And now every time she sees beans, green beans, soybeans, black beans, any kind of bean, they are magic beans.
I love magic beans.
So I'm going to keep browning this up. Add in my cumin.
You give me a superhero, Mama.
Again, about a teaspoon of cumin and about a tablespoon of taco seasoning. Salt and pepper if you'd like. And then once this gets browned up, that's when you add whatever vegetables you have on hand. Tonight it is sweet potato, baby carrot, and some canned tomatoes. Okay, so let's talk about why this is a winning dish, because it sounds kind of crazy. I'm just throwing things in a pot. Like, what am I talking about winning? Well, first of all, like I said, it needs to be able to feed me and my family, and they have to be able to find at least parts of it that are enjoyable. For the most part, my kids will eat just about anything. But those are my priorities. And then also, you know, I try to keep it as balanced and as rounded as possible. Obviously, you know, some meals aren't always going to be super balanced, especially on nights like this. But my goals when I'm cooking are to make sure that I'm ticking off protein, carbohydrates, fat, and fiber. Those are the 4 things that I think about when I'm planning meals, when I'm creating them, and when I am thinking about fueling my body in a nutritious, nourishing, and really simple way. This has to be simple for us. So even on the planned nights where I've got all the ingredients and I've got everything put together, it's still gonna be really simple like this. All right, so the meat is browned. We are ready to pour in our tomatoes. I'm gonna keep the juice. I like the juice. It's gonna be a soup. And what's nice about pouring in the tomatoes is that any of the brown bits that are on the bottom of the Instant Pot can be pulled up from the liquid so that you can get more flavor from the beef and from the spices that we added and everything like that. Okay, so the next thing is you're gonna be popping in your veggies. And these are the ones that I have. They might be different the next time, they most likely will be. But usually I always have sweet potato, and carrots are pretty popular in this house. But other vegetables I like to keep on hand are bell peppers, avocados. Is avocado a fruit? I don't know. Sometimes tomatoes if they're in season, as long as we eat them. Sometimes they go bad rather quickly. Okay, so I've got my beef, tomatoes. Thank you. Beef, tomatoes, vegetables, and then I'm going to put about, I would say about a cup of beans, maybe a cup and a half. Okay, so last step, like I said, is black beans.
The black beans.
So you can do this 2 ways. You can choose to put these in once the soup cooks, or you can put them in right now. I'm gonna put them in right now. It's okay if they cook down a little bit, easier for my kids to eat. So I'm gonna put in about a cup and a half of black beans. And again, these are my Instant Pot beans. I love them. If you'd like the recipe, let me know. Super simple, and I'd be happy to share it. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients. Last step, chicken broth.
I love chicken broth.
So you're going to turn off your Instant Pot for just a minute, and it's still going to be bubbling in there, which is fine. I'm gonna do, let's measure out how many cups are in this thing. I'm planning on about 2 cups to 3 cups of chicken broth, because it will thicken up pretty quickly.
Can I see?
Yeah, see?
Can I see?
And then there's probably about 4 cups. I'm just going to do the whole thing so that we have plenty to eat.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can see when I'm all done. So that's 4 cups of chicken broth.
Can I see?
It is still well below the max line. Hold on, babe. So everything's off. I'm now going to pop on my lid. And for those of you who do not have Instant Pots yet, I was just telling my husband there are 2 things that I did when I had a second baby. 1, I lost my mind a little bit more. 2, I got an Instant Pot. 3, there are 3 things. Well, 2 important things. The first one, you know, we've all been there. The last thing is that I got a robot vacuum. Those 2 things, the Instant Pot and the robot vacuum, just, you're welcome. You're welcome. Christmas is coming up. You're welcome. Okay, so on the Instant Pot, we've got a bean chili option. that's the one that I'm gonna choose. So all I'm gonna do is pick that one. I'm gonna let it cook for about 25 minutes. Make sure that the vent is sealed. And now I get to go and sit down and not stress about dinner, which is really important. We're gonna come back when this is ready and I'll talk to you about finishing it up. Okay, we're back. I let the soup naturally release, but if you don't have time to wait, you can always just flip the vent and quick release your Instant Pot. So it looks really good. I'm going to give you a sneak peek after. But the last thing that you can do is once you get your soup in your bowl, this looks so good. The next step, if you want to make it a little bit creamier, is you can add some sour cream, Greek yogurt. We're out of those. Again, mismatched refrigerator. We do have some shredded cheese, and Miss Kira is going to top our soup with our cheese. So we've got our protein, carbs, fiber, and fat. It's a nice warm fall meal, even though it is still 80 degrees outside. But this is perfect. This is winging it to win it. And stay tuned. If this is something that you enjoyed, we will definitely be doing more of it soon. And again, keep food simple, keep it yummy, nutritious, and be sure that you're enjoying the food that you're eating. Have a good night. I'll see you soon.